Players mess up. Good evening, all of you wonderful people. It is good to see you. Right. It's always, well, I guess I can't really see you. You can kind of see me, I guess, a good part of me. And, this is a virtual world we live in, right? But you know what I mean, right? We're not going to get too technical about it. This evening, we have lots to talk about. I'm going to have a co host tonight, right? Co-host tonight. We're going to have a very interesting conversation. I hope you are all doing well. I hope life is treating you as well as it can be, in the day and times in which we currently live in. I know it is not easy for a lot of folks out there. So I hope that things are going well for you. Okay. Making the best of it. It's going to be one of those nights. Been a long time since we had a little sippy in the den. One Mississippi, two Mississippi, whatever that may be. So y'all like, Honcho, you been pre-gaming, ain't you? No, absolutely not. I'm just excited to talk to all the friends in the den. I'm excited about what the future holds. I'm excited about making the den, excuse me, great again. And I know that it will be a little bit of consistency and tweaking a couple of things, and everything will be all right. Anyway, let's see who we have joining us this evening. And we're gonna have an interesting conversation, right? We're gonna talk about some things, right? Because what I was told, or what I learned from the whole Oscar debacle, Will Smith, Chris Rock, and everything that went on with that, the lies, the manipulations, the narcissism, the whole everything that was surrounding that situation, double standards, disrespect. I mean, just, and I'm not just talking about between Chris Rock and Will Smith. I mean, just lots of parties involved in that whole thing. But the one thing I kept saying, right, and this is something that scares me because I've told y'all before that I feel like comedy is is Custer's last stand when it comes to freedom of speech, right? I'm a personal believer that you should be able to make fun of anything, that nothing is off limits. Like, I don't care how bad it is, right? And it can be considered, classless. It can be considered, whatever. But I don't see why you can't laugh at it. Some people may take offense to that. I guess that's a personal problem. But I think you should be able to joke about any and everything. Um, I yeah. I mean, I don't feel like anything's off limits. And people who get offended by jokes or things like that, well, generally people don't tell good jokes, right? They're just not very funny people. Anyway, but what I learned is there is something that is off limits to comedy, right? I mean, I've heard cancer jokes, I've heard AIDS jokes. I'm pretty sure everybody has a few Magic Johnson jokes in their closet. Um, you've heard jokes about R. Kelly and his behavior. You've heard jokes about, Michael J. I mean, you've heard jokes about OJ. Murder jokes, right? Not saying he did it, but if you're not following OJ on Twitter, follow OJ on Twitter. But I feel like there's no limit. But I've been told, I've learned 2022, I've learned something brand new. And what I've learned is you're not allowed to make fun of a black woman's hair. Crazy, right? Crazy, right? Um, so as we get this thing warmed up, as we get rolling, like I said, let me see which wonderful people in the den are here. And I see Broderick. Broderick actually first for the first time in his life. He always tries to put first and is never first, but he was actually first unless I missed it. Shout out John, my favorite New Yorker, the lovely Miss K Grace. Give me 1 second. Let me give me un segundo. And, don't look at me. Don't look at me, lip up it. Oh. All right. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Those of you who may have little angels in your life, I highly recommend. And my goofy self did not put the link in the description. And I guess definitely with the green screen, it doesn't look as good. It looks really crazy because all the green is edited out because of the camera and stuff. But Miss Grace has a wonderful book. And let me see if you can see. I'm trying to see if I can get it out of the left the lights. No, it's not. Anyway, called A Little Boy Who Didn't Want to Nap. It looks crazy. Make sure you go check it out. Go, I mean, just Amazon it. That's all you got to do. Amazon it. And I mean, her name is there. If you've been in the den any amount of time, you should know what to do. But shout out to Miss Grace. And everybody, go buy a copy if you don't. I'm going to kick you out the den. And I'll let you back in maybe a month later. I'm very forgiving. Jeremiah. Miss Bell, Northern Style. I don't drink tea. I don't drink Southern Style sweet tea. 17. What's the motherfucking deal? Protege. The lovely Miss Sarah Lou. How are you? Mark Poole, keeping it cool. Professor Trill's here. And, he comes in with violence. That's the problem with black men. Violence. Michelle. Hope you're doing well. Cult Classic Cage. What's the motherfucking deal? How are you doing this evening? And finally, yes, Tito's. And it finally got me an X, and I don't know what to do with myself. I got to find something good to play. I've been tempted to try the Elden Ring. All right. Eastside Hero. Ah, my nigga. Always good to see you. I'm glad you're here, actually. It's not an illusion. What's the motherfucking deal? Heidi's here. I don't speak German. I don't even know what she's saying. Delta Echo Golf. Jason S. What's the motherfucking deal? And Schmicky, how you doing? I don't know why I feel like saying like Schmicky. It makes me think of like a gutter Mickey for some reason, Mickey Mouse type of thing. Everything fresh and sassy. How are you doing this evening? So now that I've got all the cordial stuff all the way out of the way, all the nice stuff out of the way, and my little Tito's. Wish I had me some authentic burritos. Let's talk about it, right? First, make sure you acknowledge the black queens that we will be speaking of this evening. Okay. If you don't know, now you know. That is not a misspelling. It is exactly what it is. Let's get the disclaimer out the way. Okay. So people are going to say, Honcho, you're biased, you have this thing against weave, you attack black women all the time. You're going to slant this whole argument, right? Oh, shout out to Super Grand, Strong and Grand. Yeah. Let me see. Say Jada said we'll on Chris because of that good hair documentary a few years ago. Say check the Streamlabs donation. Bet absolutely we'll do. I got a bunch of windows up. Give me just a second. Let me see if I can manipulate this. But shout out to Dan the Man with the motherfucking plan. Always good to see you. So let's talk about it, right? Heidi wears weaves, right? So let's talk about it. Is Honcho biased? Abso-fucking-lutely. I'm extremely biased. And I'm going to say some things that you may or may not like. Some of you, if you know me, well, you already know, right? Anywho, black women's hair can't be made fun of, right? This is what they're saying, right? Because allegedly, Jada Pinkett Smith, Peaches, some call her, has alopecia, right? And we can't make fun of alopecia. We can make fun of cancer, AIDS, people getting shot in the face, all sorts of other ignorant ass shit. It's okay to make fun of, but little bald head yellow bitch is off limits, right? This is it. The motherfucker who ain't been real. I don't know, man. Like I said, I guess people watch the Red Table Show. People watch anything. She's off limits, right? Doug. Now, all of my life, I have known what alopecia meant, or at least I thought I did. Right? I thought it's this hair loss thing. 2018, Jada Pinkett Smith is diagnosed with alopecia. 2022, 90% of black women in America learn the word alopecia. Right? Because this has always been the excuse for wearing weaves and all. So, well, they might have. It's like this is a very small percentage of people. who have alopecia. It's at the age in which y'all are wearing wigs. I mean, because you got teenage, damn, some of y'all got elementary age girls wearing weaves and bullshit in their head, because we'll get to that. So, anyway, alopecia. I knew it referred to like some extreme type of hair loss, you know, that, was permanent or something. I mean, I just thought that was it. But I never thought that it was an illness that would just deteriorate your body. Like, it's just hair loss. So hair is this vanity thing, right? And you're saying, Huncho, you got a bunch of hair. Like, this is vanity, right? Let's just be honest. Let's call it what it is, right? You have hairstyles because you want to look a certain way because you think it makes you look better, right? It's a vain thing, right? People envy other people's hair, and we know who invents other people's hair the most, but we'll get to that. But for some reason, this vain object of admiration is off limits. We can't make fun of it because black women. Okay. Anyway, getting back to the alopecia, I'll share some things with you guys that I didn't learn until just now. Right. Switch to the right. How do I do this? I don't think it's not let me do it like that. Anyway, alopecia. I just need to pull this up, right? Alopecia is an umbrella term for hair loss. Any kind of hair loss. Okay? And people have been going crazy like Jada is just dying. Jada's old as shit, right? When you get older, you start to lose your hair. Your body doesn't do things the same way as it did when you were a young spring chicken. Guess what? Like, every dude on earth got alopecia. Male pattern baldness is alopecia. People went, but since when has it ever been off limits to make a bald joke about a man, right? They suffer from alopecia. But this is not a thing, right? This doesn't matter. So motherfuckers start learning words, start saying shit, and I guarantee most niggas who run around saying, Jada got alopecia, think it's like something related to AIDS, right? Like, think, she been out there freaking, she told y'all she was a super freak. August Alsina hit her with some new shit, and now she got alopecia, right? I mean, that's what I guarantee the majority of motherfuckers out there thinking. Yeah, you heard she got that alopecia? Mm-hmm. Is Will still get it? Does he got it? Like, the motherfuckers didn't know what it meant. They started acting like Jada was fucking dying, right? And so I wanted to learn. So I wanted to make sure, the way I feel about the things I feel about when it comes to fucking black women and their hair, or lack thereof, or let me stop. And so I just come to look at it. So let me see how serious alopecia is. Now, there are various forms of alopecia, some much more serious than others. But here's the thing. Prior to knowing that alopecia meant any kind of hair loss, I didn't think Jada Pinkett Smith had alopecia at all. He's got a fucking low ass face. He's walking around wearing the little jewels and shit, looking like fucking Xerxes and shit, and nobody was tripping, right? It was cool. Look at how she accents her head with weird shit, and nobody was tripping, right? Nobody cared. Like it was cool. She was fucking coming from Persia. She was going to go fight the 300. Nobody was tripping. But then when I found out it just meant, a little bit of something, because like I always thought it meant shame. So I'm like, oh, so she does. Bitch got some thin and little edges like everybody. Like, let's be honest, like 42% of black women got edge missing alopecia. Like it's some of them at a young age. Y'all saw the little shit I put in the thumbnail in the corner. Like, and let's be honest about where it's coming from, right? But first, let's learn a little more. I want to learn something this evening, and then we'll get to it because it's craziness. So you got androgenic. This must have came from the 80s. Alopecia. It's male pattern baldness, female pattern baldness. That's basically what it is, right? Your woman hair thins, but it doesn't recede. Anyway, not a real big deal, right? Alopecia areata. I don't know. That sounds like something. If I ever had a daughter, I would name her that. Sounds really good, right? Until you find out what it means, and then like, oh shit. Oh shit.
Tony Rock is gonna F Will up. Will won't come outside now.
Oh man, yeah, that Tony Rock. That's a wild situation. And I don't blame him, dog. Like I said, you got to ride for your brother. Like, no matter how old you get, you still got to ride for him. Appreciate the love. Super chat love is all illusion. Thank you, sir. Uh, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I hadn't been looking at the whatchamacallit, right? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Ed Honcho. Yeah, that's a player ass name, right? Heidi's a terrible person. She's trying to get people killed. I don't know. But so patchy baldness is what it is. I got a picture of a chick. I'll show you kind of what more what that looks like. You got medications. Then you got alopecia totalis. This is the shit that this scorches the earth. This is the shit that just wipes it all out, right? Um, it makes you lose all the hair on your scalp, right? So right here, traction alopecia. And this is the alopecia that most black women are suffering from. Because I seen motherfuckers running, black women suffer from alopecia at a higher rate than white women and Hispanic women and even the Asian women. And it's just not right. You shouldn't make fun of it. The reason why is because of fucking traction alopecia. One, because y'all motherfuckers don't want to take care of your hair. That's why y'all put that bullshit on your fucking head. And you look fucking crazy. You rather look fucking goofy as shit instead of just taking care of your fucking hair. But we're going to get to that. Because, anyway. Traction alopecia. So that is from putting stress on hair through repeated pulling or stretching. You fucking braiding your hair up too fucking tight. You braiding the little kids' hair up too tight. So look. Some of these motherfuckers, I remember younger getting braided like some of these motherfuckers, look, you be trying to catch the little hair as soon as you can do something with it and pulling your shit back like, this is too motherfucker calling you tender headed. They fucking pulling your fucking scalp out. Anyway, but this is the reason why I wanted to show you this, and I wanted to use WebMD because everybody goes to WebMD when they think they're about to die, right? So you can develop this condition if you wear your hair in a tight ponytail, buns, dreadlocks, hair extensions, weaves, or braids, right? Who would you say fits all of these categories, right? In time, the continuous pulling can damage hair follicles. If the damage is due to pulling persists, it can cause permanent hair loss. Switching over to less damaging hairstyles, rotating hairstyles will go a long way in reversing traction alopecia, hair transplantation, etc., etc. Anyway, now this is the alopecia that I always thought alopecia really meant. I'm not going to even try to pronounce it. You know what I'm saying? Shit look like citric acid alopecia. I know it's not what the fuck it says. It's like cicatricial, cicatrial. I don't know. Like, look, I'm not a fucking doctor, right? I'm on that WebMD. Okay, like probably the last place I should be. Anyway, but that's where you get the scarring. That's what I always thought alopecia meant, like the scarring, or well, actually not just that. I either thought it was like the all completely like cue ball or the the scarring kind of like that's kind of the lane I thought that it meant. And that's what I always knew. And so now that I learned that it means anything, anything, it is what it is, right? So again, I wanted y'all to look at this. I don't think it'll copy this. It's gonna show. Okay, cool. Yeah, this name right here, right? Because when talking about the hair and the pulling, there's gonna be somebody who's gonna come out there and just, well, these are natural blacks. Shut up, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, shut up. Like, yeah, they can be. Doesn't mean the shit ain't fucking your shit up. There's a reason why, these problems are running rampant throughout a particular culture, demographic group, whatever. Even the white girls be braiding their shit too much. They start getting, the five head and shit. And like, stop doing that. And I didn't start seeing, like, some of y'all out there fucking up, okay? White women, I'm finna tell you, y'all fucking up. Or y'all need to check your sisters or whatever you call. I don't know if y'all call them sisters, hey, whatever y'all call them, right? Um, they out there tripping, okay? They out there fucking getting the fucking baby hairs. Don't do that. Don't fall for that fucking. White women don't get the fake baby hairs. Let's just stop. You out there calling them curly bangs. Don't stop. Stop doing that shit. Like, just stop it before it happens. Okay, it's not the move. Like, no. Okay, just no. Anyway, his name right here, Dina D. Strahan, whatever. Michael Strahan's cousin. Um, and she's one who talks about. She was also up here talking about the some of the other stuff that was going on with the hair and stuff, right? And I think this is very interesting. And this is why I brought this up. I brought this up because this is a black woman, right? She looks like she's actually wearing her natural hair. She's a dermatologist, right? This, when people say terms like black excellence, this is kind of more of the stuff they should be speaking of, right? And here's why. This woman, if I'm not mistaken, graduated from Harvard at like 20. Got her doctorate or whatever, MD, whatever they call it, Doogie Howser at Yale, right? Like I said, became a dermatologist, she's world renowned or some shit like that. But these are the things that should be talking about. And so you see, she's wearing her hair in a natural type style, right? She is a dermatologist, so I'm sure she would say, those things are probably not ideal, putting all that bullshit in your head, like was just shown. And I know some of y'all are like, well, what's the purpose of showing this woman, cool, doctor, all that other stuff? Because you got to understand, and again, I say it 1,000 times, if it don't apply, let it fly. But when having discussions with black women, I've come to learn that you have to put in the nonsensical information, the real irrelevant information, because anybody, who's informed could tell you this. But for some reason, when discussing things with black women, you got to put black women in it, right? Y'all remember when Ice Cube said he had the plan? And then four goofy ass brought someone, well, what do you got in it for black women? Like, are y'all not black people, right? They like, again. So that's the whole point of me showing this. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't gonna show her bio and all that other shit. I'm not gonna do that, right? I'm not gonna get in that, and I'm not gonna get into some of these other things. But I am just gonna show you some real quick images, some little quick stats for whatever reason, right? Just because people come in here and say, "Well, where are your facts about the things you're saying? Why do you say the things you're saying? Right? You're just making stuff up, Honcho." Then you give them facts, and then you give them like your sources. I know some of y'all may remember a time John had a discussion with someone, or I think with someone was in the chat when I was talking to John. They were asking for sources. He provided the sources, and the sources weren't good enough. We have that kind of action around here sometimes, right? So you look at it and you wonder why. The numbers in the African American community are significantly higher in these particular types of alopecia, right? Again, the problem is, like I said, with the hairstyles, you got motherfuckers out here getting this shit weaved in their fucking heads for months at a time, not washing the shit, and it's disgusting. It really is. But again, they do it, and people encourage it. Yeah, and this is the types of alopecia just to kind of give you a idea of what the fuck is going on, right? You know, I think these are baby hairs here in the corner. This is the traction shit. But let's talk about it, right? Because we're talking about black women's hair, right? You talk about, well, you can't talk about it, right? What are the what is one of the big issues, right? That they have, right? They claim that white people have a problem with black people's hair. One, who gives a fuck? Two, that's a lie. Okay. White people love black people's hair, right? And there's somebody's gonna be, not all. Yes, like the majority of them fucking do, right? I'm telling you, I guarantee you, there's a significant number of white people who would trade for black hair. They don't know the problems. They think it looks cool, right? They think it looks cool, but they don't understand the problems that come with it. But I've told y'all this story 1,000 times, right? And various chicks that I, have been involved with, over the course of time. There's a certain point in my life where I was just like, look, if you're not natural, it's not going to work, right? And, we can call it a conversion or whatever. And I think that's so stupid because of all the fucking groups of people in the fucking world, it's only black people in America who fucking use terms like natural hair. Oh, you're going natural. How do you go with the fuck you are? Like, that's a fucking problem. Like that's a big fucking problem, man. Like And I don't understand. I understand. I do understand. Let me not say I don't understand, but it's a big fucking problem. When you bring it up again, all the excuses come out the woodworks, and it's just it's really pathetic, honestly. But like I said, so you go natural, you go whatever, and with each one of that I've talked to, or even women I've talked to randomly on the streets. Just sometimes I may be in the store, maybe in the line, see a chick, your hair is natural. Hey man, your hair looks good like that. How long you been, he said, just shooting the shit, right? You're just wasting time in line. Nothing fancy. Um, and you get into the conversation and it's like, there's actually a mental process behind being yourself, right? You have to change the way you think. You have to go through this journey of growing your own. This is the stupidest shit. Like, it's really fucking dumb, right? Like the more I think about things, especially like the last few months, the more I think about shit in the black community, it's like we're so hung up on some of the dumbest fucking things, right? It's so ass, but how dumb does that sound? Who else does that? I had to go on a journey to let my hair grow out of my head. It changed me. What kind of shit is that, man? Like, what kind of shit is that? That's so fucking stupid. But or you get this mentality that you let me explain it. Let me reword that. You go out never being yourself, right? You're never your fucking self. It's always this extra layer of shit. Whether it be the hair, whether it be the accessories, and I know a lot of people wear the accessories, but the hair in particular, the weave in particular. You can't ever be your fucking self. That's almost as bad as some of these alphabet things we talk about, wanting people to play make believe games with them. It's almost the same shit, right? Well, I'm a this because I put some clothes on and said I am. Well, you want me to believe that's your hair because you put a fucking wig on it and said it was. You bought a wig. Like, that's supposed to fly. Like, you can never be yourself. You don't see where a mental issue would arise there. And again, it's not white people. That's the excuse that a lot of motherfuckers are doing. It was white people in corporate America who can't wear it. Like I said, chicks that I've talked to that have gone on their journey, the conversion, or whatever you want to fucking call it, have always said white people have complimented the shit out of them. Love it. Love what you're doing with your hair. That looks great. That's amazing. You know. And then we always hear the story about, white people want to come up and touch your hair. Right? Like, and people get mad. How does a motherfucker hate something and want to touch it? Like, nobody goes up to a fucking dog, and I know you look at you now, you calling black women dogs. Well, hey, if you hit by that shit, hit dog holler, right? No pun intended. But nobody goes up to a dog that they don't fucking like and wants to touch it. Like, it's a
Will
weird
Smith
thing.
is the Babylon Bee's Woman of the Year.
Hold on one second. Appreciate the love. It's all an illusion. Um, like, Will Smith, Babylon Bee Woman of the Year. Yeah, Heidi, we know you pet black people. We already know that. That's how you got here. Anyway, so it's just like it's just some of the things are so dumb, and it's lies, and the shit gets perpetuated. It's really stupid, right? And it's really ignorant because it hinders. It hinders the mind, and then it puts us in these arguments, these conversations, and stupid shit like you can't joke about black women's hair. Well, let's be honest. You can't joke about black women's hair because the majority of black women don't even fucking got their own hair in their goddamn head. It's a protective style. No, the fuck it's not. It's you fucking hate you. If it wasn't a protective, you like wear your shit. No, I guarantee that over half the people in here, I don't know how many people in here, right? I guarantee that 70% of the people in here know a black woman that they have never seen without some form of hair augmentation. And some of you are related to these women, right? So you've had more opportunities to see them, and you've never seen them in their natural element, right? It's crazy. It's really crazy. For the hair money. Oh man, look, I don't understand the mentality of a person who feels like the hair cut off of someone else's head is better than the shit that grows out of their fucking head. Nobody else has this problem. You got the Indian girls going to the temple shaving their head balls as a sacrifice every few years, like fucking shaving their shit. Not falling in love with it everywhere they go. Yeah, yeah. Like how do you straw? Like, I don't even touch my own shit. This is shit that has grown and fell out and whatever came all out of my head. And I don't be sitting here like why? Because they love that shit. They pet that shit. Like motherfuckers get this fucking weave in their goddamn head, and they touch it and they treat it and they caress it and they love it and they finesse it more than their own shit because they love that shit more than their own shit. But let me tell you why. They love that shit more than their own shit. And it's not because white people, it's not the European standard of beauty. It has nothing to do with any of that shit. It's none of that shit. Let's be 1,000 about this shit. It's because of their own goddamn mamas. It's their own mothers or whoever may have done their hair. It could be their mamas, their grandma, whoever. Whoever did their hair at a young age is who instilled the hate for their own shit. Nobody cares that much. Nobody's that outraged. Nobody's that upset. Oh, I'm going to black woman wearing it. Like nobody cares. Nobody's doing that, right? Who's the person calling it a nappy? The person combing through that shit, struggling, giving you traction alopecia while they pulling your shit. The motherfuckers putting hot combs in your shit. White people run around with just hot combs committing hot comb hair straightening crimes. No. You know what I'm saying? It's the motherfuckers who's putting that bitch on that stove, letting that bitch burn up. Like, who are burning combs and running it through your hair. That has to be good, right? Like this, doing these things to you make more sense than learning how to take care of what you got, right? When we talk about cultural appropriation, how much more cultural appropriation do you get than literally go and get the hair, the hair follicles, whatever, strands, I don't know, out of somebody else's head, some shit you can't grow, and putting it in your fucking head. And then like you want double cultural appropriation points? I'm gonna give you 2x points. This is 2 times weekend. This is bonus, right? VIP weekend. And they go get that shit fucking blonde. You go get some fucking platinum blonde fucking shit in their fucking head. Knowing you can't grow this shit. And then what they gonna tell you, there's some black people who can grow, but bitch, you not Melanese. And she ain't from the fucking Solomon Islands. Shut the fuck up. Like, and they always phrase like that one nigga, it's that one little kid, dog. Like, the little motherfucker like damn near golden. He look like a goddamn little black Super Saiyan. It's always that same motherfucker. There's like just way many other people, right? But it's like it seems like it's always that same one because they only know that one because they saw it like in a fucking Instagram post. So they nope, I'm still use this to prove them wrong. Like, this shit's stupid, and they fucking shit is still nappy. Right? People who don't use terms like, nah, you know what the fuck I mean. Like it is what it is. It's coarse. Okay, you want to be cool. You want to use appropriate English when you want to. Well, the hair is coarse. It's curly. Like it's nappy. Okay, it is what it is. Nothing wrong with that. I'm happy nappy. But again, like I said, it's the truth about all of this shit is, and I'm bring it all down to say this right. The truth about all of this shit is the group that is, proclaiming all of this hate for them hates themselves more than anybody else. They do the hate to themselves and then blame other people. Like that's super weird. That's some thin line between love and hate shit. Remember when she beat herself up and then said Martin did some shit? Like that's what it is. They apply the self hate to themselves. They go apply the what is it Eurocentric look and then claim that the European people hate them. I don't fucking understand it. Make it make sense to me. I need help. I need help, right? I need to figure it all out. Um That's what I'm saying. Like, come on, man. Like, and that's fucking hilarious. Um, Shout out to you said flick your hair and take. Oh wow. Hmm. I'll save that for the OnlyFans. Um, Shout out to Zoe. Said I remember when the first black chick got smashed, took her whole hair out. Remember? That's what I'm saying. Like, I wanna. That's false advertising. That I'm just saying, man. Like, and that's why I say you. This is a disadvantage, and this is why I say, look, man. I like all natural. Look, you talk to say have some hair under your armpits. I'm not gonna go that far, but anyway, it was a joke. But I like it all natural, man. Like I don't like the extra shit. I don't like my thing is like, dog, if I wanted a chick with straight hair, I'll get with a white girl, I'll get with a Hispanic chick or somebody else. Like, but anyway, and that's what kills me. All right, and that's what kills me too when I see so many black women hollering about fucking racism and all this crazy shit, and they fucking anyway. Anyway, it's stupid, right? It's dumb, and at this point, like there are no more excuses. Okay, there is no more justification. There's no more validation, and I'm just tired, like of this whole protected class shit. Like everybody, any and everybody, right? Any and everybody just gets a protected class, you know. I'm not understanding. And you have people seriously talking about that people shouldn't have to take jokes. Don't go to a place where comedy is happening, or comedy could possibly happen, or comedy should be happening. You know, some of these places are definitely not funny. Um, you know what I'm saying? If you don't want to be made fun of, there's always a likelihood that somebody's, working the crowd. And if you're in it, well, unless you're up in a nosebleed somewhere, or you're that really loud motherfucker, like you're gonna get got. Like people are gonna talk about you. Don't go out in public, right? Don't try to be the flashiest motherfucker in public, and then you know get mad when attention gets brought to you, right? So, and I'm not even saying that this is well, yeah, I am. I'm saying it about Jada because my thing is like shit. What happens at the fucking Oscar? What happens at any award show? What happens at any of these galas, these dinners, these things? You know what I'm saying? Just motherfuckers cracking jokes. That's what the fuck they do. All of you people are a bunch of rich, derelict behavior having motherfuckers. You know, people are going to say things, right? That's just what's going to happen. That's how it's going to rock. But instead, you want to sit there and get offended and get mad. But let me tell you what it is, though, right? And just like the rest of these black women who were acting like they're really truly mad about it, and all this other stuff. If you see the video immediately or from another angle, you can see after what's his name says Chris Rock. I mean not Chris Rock. That Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me. She's cackling, right? Cackling, laughing, dying, laughing. Everything's ha ha he funny. A person who's really that mad, a person who's really mad about something, would not be laughing at that. So that's why I say, Will really made himself look extremely foolish by engaging in those behaviors. But again, I've told y'all why my big issue is with the weaves and these things. And it's like I said, it's not just about that, but we're talking black hair as a whole. I don't understand what's so wrong about growing your own hair out. And it's becoming more and more trendy, and it's a weird thing. Like I said, you should just be you, but it's more and more trendy. Like when you have a group of people who behave that way, right? You can't tell me that there isn't like a mass mental issue going on. If everybody's doing it, right? And again, it's you can't say things like this these days because then you're hating. I'm not. It's sad, really. People are gonna say your mama black and all that other stuff. Well, my mom never seen my mom wear weave a day in her life. Um, and I speak to my mother often, so I don't even know. Like maybe, like I said, I think that's part of it, right? Probably if I was raised up around women who that was just that, I probably would be like, oh, okay, well, it is what it is. But That's why I know it's just it's kind of sickening to me, honestly. It's very disgusting. But the fact that so many of them do it, and if you say stuff about it, you get ganged up on or stay out of, black women's business. But here we are. So, I feel like there was another point I wanted to make, and I can't quite remember what it was. Uh, uh, yeah, I really forgot. I totally forgot my thought. So there's that. Like every dude, if that's the case, look, I got some alopecia. I got my little edges up in the corner. I ain't finna show y'all 'cause my shit looking rough up top right now. Maybe later. Everybody got alopecia, bro. Like everybody named Mama, dog. Like every dude in the world, everybody gets alopecia. Like that's the crazy thing. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you're not allowed to make fun of alopecia when everybody gets it. You know what I'm saying? Every man who's bald has alopecia, but we crack jokes on bald. Yo, cue bald there. Niggas be in their early 20s. He's got the alopecia. Pray for him. What? Like, that's what I'm saying. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, you got motherfuckers who act the wildest. You got motherfuckers who act the wildest and say the craziest, most outrageous things, but just feel like, you shouldn't be able to say anything about them. And I just think that's outrageous. Oh my goodness. I remember something. I didn't get the other thing I was supposed to, but I'm gonna show y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all something. This is if I didn't show y'all this the other day, well, oh well, but if I did, it don't matter because it fits right now. Um, oh, yes, yes. Actually I got a couple of yeah, I know okay, I remember now what I was supposed to show. All right. Now, I'm pausing there for a reason. I'm pausing there for a reason. This person feels more comfortable going out like this, these baby gap baby hairs, this disconnects. It's just like, what is that? They look like some lost ass extra eyebrows. Like, what's going on here right now? Like, motherfuckers will feel more comfortable going out like that. That's what's under that shit, right? I showed y'all the video of the chick, and I wish I'd have saved it. I showed y'all the video of the chick gluing that shit directly to her fucking scalp. She had her fucking scalp peeled off, gluing fucking weave to their shit, right? And yes, black women wear weave. Other races of women wear extensions. Don't argue with me because you're wrong. Like, yeah, and Heidi noticed something I noticed, right? But again, this is what I'm saying, bro. Like, uh, it was like, it was like, this is okay, right? But here's the thing, like, this is not a one off, right? This is not a isolated incident. The majority and I'm not saying all women who wear weaves are just nasty and they all just filthy. They wear them for months on end until mildew grows under their scalps. I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying. But something going on. Something's going on. Like it has to be like when I wear caps, right? When I wear caps, I only wear them when I'm on the string. When I wear caps, it feels like it's a little humid under there, right? And depending if I'm too active, it gets a little hot. Like, what the fuck is going on when you have a whole entire other layer of hair and it's like glued around it, so there's like no airflow? And it has to be something because you fucking flipped your lid, scratched it like Scotty, and then flipped that bit fucking convertible drop top wig. Like, what the fuck is going on, man? Like, what the fuck is going on? And so, again, I'm just trying to figure it out. Heidi, that's not right. Ashley would never wear a wig like that. Is it called the Ronald Isley channel? Uh, we should collaborate, Miss Ashley. What are you talking about on your channel? I would love to collab. I'm looking for somebody to collaborate with, a lady to have discussions with about things. So yes. Um, uh, so again, like I said, it's just these type of situations occur way too often. We've all seen it. I remember a prepaid mic call a while back when he was talking about being in the barbershop. And the chick came in, I think, to get her shit washed, and it was just like it funked up the whole shop. Like, what's going on under there? That's like there's like some other bioorganisms that have to be being created in some of this space between the wig and the hair. And like I said, some of these wigs don't fuck come on. Like, who else? Like, think about this. Like, when I was young, I thought wigs were only for like old women, right? Like my great auntie who used to come from like Tyler. That's like the only time I seen like a wig come off, and I was like, oh, that's what that looks like. Terrible, right? Never seen my grandma wear a wig. Um, I just always thought they were for old women, right? Like, that's just what I thought growing up. And like to see it now, like I say, you see 12, 13-year-olds wearing fucking wigs, bro. You're telling me that the moms aren't the one instilling this mentality into their children? And even if not, you're not doing anything to prevent it from happening. You're letting society influence that way. And like I said again, these are lies because nobody hates black women's hair more than black women. Like, it's not even nobody else cares that much. Like, nobody else cares. And there's a bunch of whack ass niggas who, yeah, you gotta get your weave done. Them niggas are stupid, right? Like, just go get you a white chick, go get you a Mexican chick, go get you a chick who like grows this. Like, you're dumb to want to get a chick who has to replace that shit. Like, go get the real shit. Like, why would you? Niggas don't want knockoff Jordans. Niggas don't want the knockoff Yeezys. You know what I'm saying? Why are you getting the knockoff Euro hair? Go get the real hair. If that's what you like, go get that shit. Look, the white girls ain't got thick nowadays, so you can find you a white girl with the body type you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? Just you have to do a little soul searching. Just get the original. Why get a kit? Why get the kit? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Boys out here with the Ferrari kits. But anyway, shout out to my friend Tito. It's just it's crazy, man. And I don't understand it, though. Like, I don't understand this shit. Run away by the bike. Good grief, man. That is tough, man. Yeah, I agree. I like, but here's the thing, right? Culture did influence this need for weed because I remember I was watching the old Def Jam the other day, and I forgot who it was. I think it was Joe Torre, whoever, whichever guy Torre, whatever one of those Tory guys was hosting at the time, and he was pointing out like chicks with the weave and laughing. Oh, that's weave, huh? And everybody's laughing. This was the '90s, right? And like Dookie braids happened, and then like after that, well, here we are. It just wasn't any stopping it. They're like, oh, I can get some extra length. Well, give me some of that yaki. Like, and from a different perspective, from an economic perspective, this is the main reason. Like I get it, all of this stuff, and I talk a lot of shit. It is what it is. I really don't care for it, but whatever. But from an economic perspective, this is why the whole weave situation disgusts me the most because you're talking about billions and billions of dollars, right? Niggas love to talk about, oh, man, black people got the shopping liquidity, we got the most buying power. What the fuck are we buying? If we got the most buying power, well, what the fuck are we buying? Fucking Newports, nigga. Like, what the fuck are we buying? What buying power, right? It's definitely not collective. We buying chicken and Newports. Like, get the fuck out of here. Anyway, motherfuckers talk about buying power, right, and all that. But you take that buying power, the one collective buying power that black people do have is taking that money, people like this, and 90% of the rest of them, and going down to your local Asian beauty supply and giving them all your money, right? Giving them several $100s at least. And that's, whether it be for the wig and for the extra stuff that go with it, or even if you're buying from a quote unquote black supplier, somewhere down the line, they're obtaining it from someone of probably Asian descent, right? And I'm not knocking the Asians on their hustle. Do what you got to do. But when you are, or as a community, are 100% dependent on an outside group, holding it, and they've already finessed the fuck out of it. That's why there's no real black hair companies, because they call them Asian cartels. But basically saying that what they would do is they would make a similar product, right? And so if this particular curling iron was a hot seller, no pun intended, they'd make one just like it. You know what I'm saying? Because they have no issue. If that's one thing you've seen about China, they have no issue with copyright infringement and all this. They don't give a damn about none of that. That means nothing. And I don't blame them, right? But they'll make the exact same shit and they'll make it for less because they got the manufacturing. And then, so when people come to buy it, they're like, "Oh, well, hey, you know what? It's out of business. We don't sell it no more." And then when the sellers come with it, they're like, "Hey, nobody's buying it, so we don't want to buy it no more." A lot of people went out of business that way, right? It's their own fucking fault. So again, again, appreciate the love, strong and grand. Say black women send a lot of Asian kids to college. Oh my god.
To college. Ever the philanthropists.
You ain't lying, bro. You ain't lying. That makes me think of Chicago Mike all over again. See, he needs to come back and apologize now. He's talking about all the Asian people being doctors and all those things. Well, hey, they got there on the backs of black women, or with hair down the back of the back, whatever. But again, like it's wild, man. And again, like I said, don't hate on the Asians. Like look, you gotta eat in this world. You gotta eat. You know what I'm saying? You eating or you starving. It is what it is, right? Like at this point, like I say, the more the more I've watched stuff, and just honestly, half the shit that's been going on in my head would be insta banned from the tube. Like if I said it, when we talk about certain things in Discord, not to go too extreme because whatever, it's a different conversation. People feel more free in the Discord, but it's just like, man, I wish. Maybe back in the day, okay, but now it's just, if they took down my video for the little girl popping her cousin back of the head, even though you couldn't see anything, which I think was an important video for people to see, but it is what it is. I'm definitely going to be building up, hopping onto some other platforms, so I'm going to get those in order here by the end of the weekend. That's when I start putting out stuff, so I'll let y'all know about that. Yeah, man. Do like New York and don't identify the race. No, that's a super red flag, right? Like if they don't say the race of the attacker, they're black. It's just what it is. Like they're black. That's why we went to the little car person when that shit happened. Like, when the nigga was just, "Oh, the white man the red." No, it's black. It's definitely a black guy that, no, if they don't say the race, they're black. Y'all saw that shit about San Francisco, right? Where the chief of police says they're not going to release mugshots anymore because it disproportionately impacts black and Hispanic men, right? It gives a bad perception. If the motherfuckers are doing it, maybe it's not a bad perception. Maybe it's just some bad people. Like it is what it is. Like, why can't we say these things anymore? Who was it? Zuby? I want to say Zuby said it. So right now society's in a very big overcorrection. Like for the way things, had been for a long time. And so it's it's madness right now. The fact that we can't say real things, right? We can't say real thing like that hair is disgusting. That's a real thing. You got. Let me see if I got it. Do I got? I don't know. I ain't got it. I ain't got the webcam. Like you got baby hair things sliding all across your face. Like that shit moves at night. Like I bet, like when she wakes up, she guesses the location of the baby hairs before she gets up. I'm like, I bet this will move this way. Like I'm pretty sure she has no idea what she looks like when she gets up. It's a random thing every day, right? And then whatever. Like I don't understand how you get so comfortable wearing that shit on a daily basis. And again, like I said, what happens every time they fight? Pull the weave off, they go running. It's a mental thing. It's not white people oppressing black hair. It's not black men oppressing black women's hair. Black women don't like their own fucking hair, right? And like I told you about chicks I know that personally that have switched over, all of them said it. It was the black women that said, "Oh, your hair nappy. Ugh, why are you doing that? That's ugly." Like I don't know. You tell me, amigo. All right. I wakes up with a mustache. Terrible. Um, yeah, man. Like it is. Oh, you ain't lying. That's all I'm to. The Asians would never. You don't even need an NDA. The Asians, they know the game. um. Yeah. Like that's what I'm saying. Watson was an idiot, and I don't want to go down that thing. I'm gonna open up the line here in a second. We'll do something a little different. I'm trying to something different with the live, just until we get more consistent. Um. That's what I'm saying, dog. This motherfucker. Did y'all see that deposition? Did y'all see the deposition where he's all like, the motherfucker was asking him, he's like, so was she licensed? I don't know. Was she trained? I don't know. So you're just going to some random woman's house with your towel, your own personal towel. Who has a personal massage towel? Like, who's getting that many fucking massage? You're a fucking weird. Like, there's nothing you can say to me about the dude. Like, and I've been chilling on the sauce because mainly on the sauce we've been doing, the Tuesday Fox streams, right? And so, try to keep it as kosher as we can. Play as fuck up. So I think I got to get out of that element because I've been thinking like that partially through the stream, and it's not good. It's not the Honcho way. Um, but it's like you got to be a real fucking weirdo, though. Like there's no justifying it. And I know a lot of people rolling and watching. I'm going like imagine saying that I'm gonna be a Browns fan. I want to watch Watson. Yeah, let me call my friend Tito. Um, you got to be real like a motherfucker. Like think about it, because it's like 18 or so. I'm gonna make these drinks pretty strong. Got another hour to go here, Hunter. You better tighten up. But imagine, right? Like, so you had like they said like 18 or so that said he didn't do nothing. A bunch that said he didn't do nothing. So like you got 22 accusers. You got like 18 other randos, fucking NPC masseuses, and it's like 40 bitches, bro. Like that's a lot. Like you're telling me that it was a point where, I mean, is this like the search for the golden masseuse? Like why? Who needs that many variations? And like I said, most of these activities took place in the Houston area, so you didn't find like one good masseuse in Houston that you could stick with. No, this is why I say I don't fuck with that dude, and this is why I say yeah, I noticed it when all the shit came out. The dude's a fucking buster, right? He's a real buster. You know what I'm saying? Not a $5 buster, just a straight up buster. You know what I'm saying? The dude is an actor. You know what I'm saying? He wants to be a cool kid so bad. You got the look. He knows how to emulate the moves, but when it comes down to it, he ain't got the sauce. He ain't got the juice. He's just a fucking emulator. He's a copycat. He does all the little cool things you see everybody else doing. What kind of tasty? What kind of man? What kind of athlete, like world renowned or nation that I don't know, whatever, superstar athlete, has to get all his hoes from Instagram. Like any chick like an Instagram chick or was like an Instagram model or something. Like you either got to get them from Instagram or Twitter. Like, come on, bro, you're a star. Why? Like, if that's what you're seeking, go get a pro. pay that on and then be gone. Like why do all the nonsense, right? You're gonna get you just you look stupid. And again, so anyway, like I said, it's just the dude's not player. Dude is if he wasn't a fucking star quarterback, bro, I don't know, but he wouldn't have no hoes. Again, he's just a dude with no game, right? So that's why I'm kind of I'm out on that. But anyway, um, fingers get old, feel small. You need big. Oh wow, I just terrible person, terrible person. Um, you know, wow, you're disgusting. Actually, um, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get the right treatment, bro. You know, and they're gonna be feminine with it. Motherfuckers over there getting massage from bitches with fucking prison tattoos and shit. Like, I'm not gonna go all the way in. This is not a bash black women show. This is just the bash in the hair show, right? Because I think that black women got to start. I think all people need to start. All groups need to start ostracizing. We need to stop all this inclusive shit. We need to start kicking motherfuckers out. Like there should be standards for everything. And like minimum requirements. Like if you got like a fucking computer and you need like, well, I got minimum requirements to run this software. Like there should at least be some minimum requirements for motherfuckers to be having certain titles. Like there should just be some standards. You know what I mean? But there's no standards, especially in certain communities, and it's crossing over to a lot of different things now. It's just becoming the Western way. But there should be standards, right? And I think most black women should be mad, pissed off, offended, and disgusted, not at the patriarchy, not at the alleged racisms that go on, that get promoted by black women who go home and take patriarchy penis. Um, what they should be mad about is the labeling and the treatment that they're getting. The Kentucky Browns who are calling, you don't know what a woman is, but then they're promoting her as the black woman to the fuck. Maybe I'm tripping. Anyway, but they're promoting her as a black woman, and oh, you should vote for her because of this or because of that. No, bro, like it's so ass backwards. But here we are. All right. Step 1 of 3. I agree, Tammy. That's my thing. Love your hair, right? And this is what I say about standards. Like you can't like I don't understand. Love the shit that grows out of your head. And here's why I love black women with natural hair and I love natural hair, right? Until you lock it up and things like that. But it's so unique. Right? Everybody else hair grows, drops out, falls down, gets long, whatever. Get your nappy crown and it grows sky high. You can puff it out after whatever. You can do so many different amazing things with it. But motherfuckers hate their own shit and run from their own shit. Like that's your uniqueness. The shit that black girl magic and all this bullshit that they talk about, and they run from their real fucking uniqueness, which is your hair. That's the one unique thing that black women have that no other women have, right? And I was like, well, I got some Jewish women with the curly hair, Pespoika. And I was like, I don't know. I told you, I don't know what a Jewish person looks like. Um, I get jumped by a gang. That'll never happen. But it could be an incident. Which I would never know. Like, I don't know what that means. Like, I don't know, right? But like the one thing that you got, you don't even embrace, and then you complain that everybody hates you for it. Like, and it blows my mind how fucking stupid that is. Like, more black women should be championing being themselves. Like, I don't even believe that shit about you know um, the corporate shit. Like, if you come with a clean hairstyle and it's not a fucking distraction, not some crazy. What motherfuckers want to be able to do is wear like fucking pink and purple and some other crazy ass shit in their fucking head and think that that's okay. Like, if that's what you want to do, go work at fucking Mod Pizza or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's some weird ass shit going on. But anyway, all right, let's go. Um, Do 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 do. Let me see what happened. What is Heidi talking about? Do I feel the Houston crime wave like Brandon Darren? Um, yeah, it's happening. I mean, there's stuff going on, right? No shit, Honcho. That's what I'm saying. That's what I imagine. That's what I imagine Heidi sounds like. Yeah, you're talking about the crime, yes. But I have noticed what feels like an uptick in niggardry. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if y'all watch Dragon Ball Z. You know, motherfuckers like can sense the power levels. Like I can sense nigga power levels, right? And that's when I power up myself. You know what I'm saying? But the nigga energy is increasing, right? And when I'm talking about niggas, I ain't just talking about black niggas. I'm talking about white niggas, Mexican niggas. And the ever elusive, most elusive Pokemon of all the Asian niggas. So they're there. I've been seeing them. It's interesting. But um me personally, no. Y'all know what I've been waiting to do? It sounds crazy. It sounds super crazy. I've been waiting to shoot somebody for stealing a catalytic converter. I'm just feeling like it's gonna happen. But it's fucked up too because I say this jokingly, but actually, I think a sheriff or a cop just died out in Houston like yesterday or the day before, off duty. This motherfucker was stealing his, like three niggas was stealing his catalytic converter and had a shootout and he got killed. Two of them got caught. I think one's still on the run. So there it is. Said Travis Scott, another man. I'm gonna tell you what put a curse on you. Y'all want to be 1K. Like, look, here's the thing, right? Y'all be seeing me up here, and I say a lot of shit, and people be mad that I say what I say sometimes. One, you know, I'm not telling lies about this. People are mad that I'm saying it, not that it's a lie or it's false. A lot of people get mad that I say these things, but I don't feel good about any of this. I just laugh because you just gotta laugh to keep from being mad about some of this dumb shit. And a lot of this dumb shit, like if it don't really impact me, I guess you know it's kind of funny because it ain't me. But yeah, man, it's wild. The thing that has made Houston bad, and coincidentally, we're kind of on the subject involving that. It was that last election when everybody was um, acknowledging the black queens. Which upset should be mirrored, right? So everybody was acknowledging the black queens, and we had like 18 black female judges elected in office. And actually, for those of you who know the incident I was dealing with, I also had a gay black male judge, but that's something else in itself, right? So you see, I had to do the whole time, so you know that. Anyway, nah. But for some reason, I mean, this is me just making speculation. I'm not looking at the books. I'm not looking at the files. I'm not a criminal lawyer. I'm not a prosecutor. I don't know. I was just a nigga who just kind of went through the paces during this time. To me, that has been the thing that's been leading to the increase in use of crime because you're getting a fucking slap on the wrist. Motherfuckers catching bodies and getting PR bonds. Only to go catch another body. Who'd have thought he would have done it? He didn't go get his ankle monitor and he killed somebody else. Oh my God. Right? And the courts are so fucking backed up right now. It's ridiculous, right? There was just a thing. A fucking couple of days ago, a fucking clerical error or computer error or some shit. They had to let 300 motherfuckers go. Just straight up let them go. Like, but again, like I said, I believe it's those judges. They've been super lenient. Like I said, giving, like I said, a lot of motherfuckers extra additional leeway. Motherfuckers with long ass rap sheets. There was a motherfucker who had what caught 7 felonies that evening, got let out on a PR bond. Him and his chick. I think 2 days later killed somebody. And they looking for him, couldn't find him. Like it's crazy shit going on right now. Like, and in reality, like I say, I kind of want to get to the country. I want to go to the country. I want to buy some overpriced fertilizer. I'm gonna grow me a garden, and you know, knock down anything moving. Like that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? Like that is ideal to me. Like all the technology, all the extra shit, living futuristic. Like, I don't care about none of that shit. I don't care about any of that, right? I just want to fucking. I ain't gonna lie. Maybe I'll holler at my boy Elon. Hey, let me get some of that Starlink internet, so we can keep the den going. We'll go out on the farm or something. I don't know, but it's crazy, bro. Like, because again, and I'm gonna open the phones here in a second. I promise. But some of you agree and disagree with who is it, Kevin Samuels. He talks about a thing called the um, ethnic image, right? And let's be honest. The ethnic image of negros in America is no bueno, right? Um, but when niggas go out there and do a bunch of foolishness, a bunch of craziness, it's usually some niggas with some dreads and some other shit, what do you look? What happens to my image, right? And this is what I say. This is what I'm talking about. Also, with black women, when these women run around doing this crazy shit and then wanting to be respected, and like y'all got to start regulating. See, that's what happened when we lost the big mamas and all that shit. You know what I mean? Like there was no regulator. Nobody was, mounting up. Nobody was laying down that foundation to say, better get your mind right. Nobody was slapping these kids, right? And so now they all out of fucking control. Um, but that's where we are. Uh, yeah, but like I say, it's crazy. Yeah, let's say 300 though. Yeah, they'll definitely take down a couple of neighborhoods. But cats and small, bro. Let me tell y'all something, right? Let me tell y'all something. So, when I had to do that little vacation time a little while back, and one shout out to Harris County because the processing is way better now. It used to be too like you used to do the longest time in Harris County. Like, you'd be in processing for like a day, bro, like 18 hours. Now they got it kind of expedited. It's cool. It's not cool. It shouldn't be fucking going to jail, but whatever. Anyway, getting out, dog. I seen the motherfuckers like sagging in the tightest fucking pants. Like, how do you, how do y'all expect to get away with crime? See, that's why these niggas don't want to fight anymore. That's why they got these fucking super guns. These motherfuckers got robot guns. These motherfuckers got Terminator guns and shit nowadays. Little motherfuckers, like I said, that video I showed you, little motherfucker had the gun bigger than him. The shit was bigger than he was. He was fucking 14, right? I thought fucking the drone was bigger than he fucking like fucking by circumference. Like, it's ridiculous, right? But anyway, um, yeah, motherfuckers just be in the most uncomfortable looking state and out there doing shit. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. It's just here can I process review first person. Well, they upgraded the TVs, and so I have to definitely give them that. I'm gonna give them 5 stars on that. More channels. Again, I'm gonna be honest though. We really got to work out an issue with the scheduling of time between the blacks and the Mexicans. That is definitely an issue of tension. But other than that, nah, that's it. There, let's be honest. Niggas love watching the fucking the novelas. They love that shit. I don't know what the fuck is going. I told you, what was that shit? La Doña? Niggas was on that La Doña tough. But it's just crazy, man. You said I'm just a white dude, but here's my take, I guess. I feel like black women are the most hated on group in Hollywood. If you look how someone like Megan Thee Stallion is treated by audiences, wow, man. Well, I'm gonna disagree with you. Like, Megan Thee Stallion makes hooker music, like hoe music, right? Songs called Thought Shit, and it was super funny because I saw her arguing like you. She makes songs about pussy and dick sucking and all this. I mean, I don't look, and I might be wrong because I don't listen to the music, so I'm probably getting, I don't know if she might not talk about sucking wee wee. She might just talk about a wop all the time. I don't know, right? She might talk about having feet like a horse. She might be talking about being a centaur. I don't know, but the thing about Megan Thee Stallion, she makes music for hoes, right? And what's super funny is somebody said something about her getting shot on Twitter, and she started calling her all kind of shit, but it was like sexual related terms. So it's like, my thing is like, if you talk about sucking dick and all the shit that comes along with it, and then you call somebody like a dick sucker and a hoe and all that shit, like, does it really have the same impact? I don't know, right? I don't know. But black women are the most hated on group because of themselves. Here's the thing. I was just talking about the ethnic image. My bad. I was straight that. you give the world a blueprint on how to treat you, right? And that's why black folks as a community as a whole are so down bad. But I mean, it's rising, and again, there's really just really a segment of it that makes kind of brings everything else down. But there's a lot of little nuances, like the shit they call microaggressions. The microaggressions aren't real. Microaggressions are self-reflections that people feel. Like there's no such thing. It's just what you feel inside, and you expect somebody to cater to that. But black women, black men, black folks as a whole hate on each other more than anybody else. Like, and that's just that. Like, like niggas will cap on you for anything, dog. Like I show y'all video when we watch these videos all the time. Motherfuckers they supposed to be their homeboys. Niggas doing goofy ass shit, damn near dying. Niggas over there laughing. Get up, nigga. Like, ain't even trying to check to see if motherfuckers all right. Motherfuckers, we talk about, Black Lives Matter, all this other shit, and then I've shown y'all damn near every time we do go live, 4 or 5 different video where mobs of black women are beating the shit out of each other. You're fucking down in Miami. Who was doing that? That was niggas fighting each other, beating each other up. Like, motherfuckers will hate on you first before anybody else will, right? And so when you do that and you display it in a certain way, well, people are like, well, that's how they treat each other. That's how we're gonna treat them. What other group, embraces the racial slurs, right? And again, I was thinking about this earlier. Like, the N word is such a caveat. Should you say it? Should you say it? What my usage of it? But regardless of that, because this was way before I ever came along that it was embraced. That who turned it? It's not a cool thing. Like we made it try to seem cool and all that, but in reality, it's not a cool thing. Like no other race, like I said, one is putting other people's hair on their head like that, unless it's the same texture, or they actually have a sickness. Two, like I said, nobody else is like doing the things that are being done and then trying to justify it as an improvement on the situation. Like we didn't take nigga and make it cool; we just accepted it. It's not that it's necessarily cool because if it was cool, if it was truly cool, black folks wouldn't get mad when somebody says it with the A. You know what I mean? It's the difference between the A and the ER, and so it's not because otherwise it wouldn't it wouldn't trigger a spot. It wouldn't make you feel a particular kind of way when somebody said, I don't give a fuck about it. Like I don't give a fuck how you say it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's on you. I mean, speaking of that, where's my buddy Dave? I haven't seen my buddy Dave in a while. But anyway, all right. Um, do 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 do. Oh, really, baby. Let's see. Where we at? No, you ain't gotta apologize. And there's no apology. All opinions are welcome. You just gotta, you know, whatever opinion you may have, is your opinion. I'm just telling you my thoughts. Um, all right, all right. Give me a second. We're gonna try this out and see if this works. Shout out to Jason the graduate. Yes. Shout out. Shout out to. Excuse me.
Congrats to Jason, Rabbit, the graduate.
I was gonna mute Heidi's thing just because it's Heidi. Excuse me. Pardon me. But shout out to all the youngsters who've been fucking with the den for a long time, who have definitely become legal adults now. I still wonder what happened to who was it, Danny and I think he still pops up every now and then. Was it Danny and who was the other one? Dominic, Danny and Dominic. One of those kids was a school shooter. I'm pretty sure. Um. All right. Again, I don't even know how many people. Let me. What we deep in the day tonight? What we looking like? Let me see. But like I said, man, it's just we got to stop telling each other lies. And once we start being honest with one another about the origins and the problems and the issues with black hair and other black issues, and we stop trying to sugar. Oh, we don't want to tell the white people. We don't want to let the white people know. White people know. White people know. It's not hiding anything. It's all on fucking video, bro. Like I said, making a sea biscuit. Like I said, so there's no hiding. And when you put it out there and you really truly address it, that's how you fix the shit. You know what I'm saying? Dominic was the suspect with the chickens. Yes, yes. That's funny. All right. All right. Let's see. If I missed y'all, I ain't dish y'all. Let's see how this works. Do 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 do. Let me make sure I got this and that. Hmm. Talking about alopecia tonight. We finished with the alopecia. Are we done? Y'all want to talk more about alopecia? We can talk about it. Shit, the majority of motherfuckers on the DN goddamn got alopecia. Shit. Man, why can't you make fun of some shit that everybody and their mama get? Like literally everybody has. All right. Right. But anyway. All right. Backup technique. All right. Some new random number. And set this over here to the side. Or float around the screen. Put it down here. That's weird. All right, there we go. Let's call all the damn phones. All right. I guess I should mute this. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling in to the den this evening?
It's Dan.
Dan, the motherfucking man with the. How are you doing this evening, Dan?
Oh man, I showed up, bro. I showed up, man. That's how I feel sometimes, you know.
No, I feel you. I feel you.
I'm all right. I'm all right, but yes.
Dan.
I was trying to. Oh,
Oh,
what's up, man? Go
oh
ahead.
no, no.
Yeah.
As a man, and apparently alopecia runs rampant in the black male community, and being that alopecia just means any kind of baldness whatsoever. Does that
Uh huh.
does that change how you feel in any kind of way about Jada Pinkett in the whole situation with the slap?
No, it doesn't change. And here's my complete thoughts on the matter. I think. Well, first off, a big L needs to be stamped on the forehead of William Smith.
Hmm.
I don't understand how a man who spent 30 plus years cultivating his image, choosing certain roles. I mean, he missed out on some things, landed some other things, got various awards, and at the night, I'm sorry, you received basically a lifetime accolade of your acting career, a fucking Oscar. You decide now is the time to get emotional and act out of your character you've been cultivating for years. But it's been happening for a few years ago because you've let this woman that you've married to emasculate you on a national scale. That for it was obviously it started before this Oscars and and Jada, charging this man up to go do some dumb shit. And the thing is, this story's been told before.
Yes.
This story's been told before. Some dude look at your girl the wrong way, you ready to kill a nigga. And there's a lot of men sitting in prison right now behind. And yeah, here we go. One man's dead, one man's in prison, and she's riding some other penis. How many times has this happened before?
Mm.
As a matter of fact, in Will's case, she's riding a penis while he's free and alive. And then she brings him on the red table to talk about it. This man's been emasculated already. I don't know what got him charged up to I'm gonna act a fool. And not in front of I don't give a fuck that there's a bunch of white people, hashtag, Black Oscars, whatever the fuck it was. That was a night of black excellence. As so many of us claim we want, but then when you have this night of black excellence, all black producer cast, Samuel L. Jackson won an Oscar, presented by Denzel, Questlove won an Oscar for a documentary, I think. There are a few other winners that were the darker skinned, and you decide to physically assault somebody. And as you've noticed, as I've noticed, as many people noticed, and other commenters noticed on YouTube, it's just embarrassing for black men in general. And there she is giggling about the shit, like the video you mentioned. She's sitting there giggling about this shit. She liked what happened. What What decent wife, and I'm about to get to the hair thing in a minute, what decent wife would want their husband to fucking embarrass himself on national TV like that? Why? Does she know he's going to do it? Does she just say, whatever happens, happens, as long as he don't do that shit no more? I mean, this is hood rat behavior. You want this nigga to go jump on a landmine to make you feel better. Amazing. Amazing. Well, hey, well, it is what it is.
Yeah,
But Howard ain't going to do nothing to him.
but shouldn't it, you know, because you would think it would be both ways. And I think we were in the Discord, and Miss Grace actually brought this point up. You know, as a wife, you should be trying to protect your husband just as much as you see all these women come out the woodworks. We were talking about, oh, protect black women. Well, a good black woman, and again, we know majority of them don't get married, and we know all the statistics go with it, so we're not going to get that. So a lot of them wouldn't know what it takes to be a good or to be wife material in a situation like
Right.
that. And that is in your own way to protect your husband from, you know, making those irrational or try to, you know, see things from a different light and say, you know, hey, this could potentially be bad. You know, it's unnecessary. You know, violence can escalate in many forms, but, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, and as Miss Grace said, she should have stopped. She could have stopped her husband. Should have stopped her husband. A decent wife would. You never heard of Denzel's wife pulling shit like this. You never heard of Samuel Jackson's wife pulling shit like this. And there's many other black men whose wives have just stayed in the cut. Like my husband is a fucking multi-millionaire, Academy Award-winning actor, just, you know, award-winning actor, been in so many stuff. Like, just chill, man. Life is good. This reminds me of what's her face. Steph Curry's wife always want attention, one way or the other. Doesn't matter how the attention comes, just wants attention. Alicia Curry, what her fucking name is, you know, and I'll leave that alone. It is kind of on the subject, but let's get to this black hair issue. I wouldn't have known Jada Alopecia. I thought she just cut her hair low. She already been wearing a little Karen fade that a lot of these women wearing nowadays. Got like half the shit shaved. She been wearing that for a minute. When she was on the red table talking about entanglements and accepting dick from some one-hair rapper and shit like that. I don't understand this, man. But in terms of black hair, like I tipped earlier, we really are doing a really good job sending Asian and Indian kids to college. There's some Arab kids in there somewhere. I mean, black women are true philanthropists. I mean, you gotta, hey, my hat's off to you. My hat's off to you. Phenomenal. And speaking of that documentary, Good Hair, I think at the time, those years ago, $8 billion industry.
Yes.
When you look at the back of these magazines, Black Hair Magazine, all the ads are in Korean.
Yes.
Why is that? Straight up, man. Motherfuckers eating a lot of kimchi with that money. Straight up.
Have you ever seen an Asian person do black hair?
I have not, but honestly, my alopecia started setting in when I was 22. So I started losing my hair like not long after I was like literally 22. Started losing my hair. So it was a wrap for me at that point. You know, I did my best to keep it, but then I said, no, fuck this shit. Let's go bone. Look like I have a weird head, so I'm good. It is what it is. I didn't go slapping people around and shit because someone insulted me for being bald. No, I had to deal with that shit. Okay, when I was in the military, motherfuckers trying to clown you and shit in front of people. I was like, all right, whatever, man, whatever, you know. It's on. Yeah, man, I have my moments, Illusion. I have my moments, brother. Yeah, man, I just have to accept that shit. See, any emotionally stable man, which sometimes I'm not, but I don't go putting my hands on people for no reason, bro. I think with this black hair issue, see, now at one point in, say, the 50s, 60s, sure, everyone was wearing perms, conks, all that shit. You ever seen Malcolm X with Denzel in it? You know, at that point he's getting arrested by the cops, and he had put that conk in, and it was burning his motherfucking scalp. He had to use the toilet water to get it washed out, burning his scalp, trying to get this straight hair and shit like that. That was like the 50s and 60s and obviously before then, but we don't need to do that no more. So I remember hearing the phrase, who taught you to hate yourself? Mm-hmm. At one point, you could definitely blame white people, but I think that day's dead. Black people are teaching black people to hate each other, hate themselves. Black women teach black women that whole nation of good hair. That term should have died fucking decades ago. It's fucking ridiculous. And I've mentioned it once again, just reinforcing bad behaviors. When a black kid tries to succeed in class, who's the people calling him a white boy? You lame nigga. All this other shit. The shit they called me. It's black kids telling me that shit. That was telling me that shit. So when I say the shit I say, it's not that I hate my own people. It's they hated me first. Straight up. Just for trying to be a decent person. And I'm in situations now where you get bit in the ass for being a decent person. And it does not feel a black thing, but it's like bitter, vindictive, angry people will hate your kindness. They'll hate you being a decent person, and they'll try to use it against you. This is very painful. So when I say what I say about black people, black men, black women, I don't give 2/3 of a flying blue fuck. I'm going to say it. And you have an issue with me, we can talk about it privately. I'm not going to be silent anymore. I'm not going to be nice and shit like that. No, being nice is exactly why we're in a situation we're in, excusing bad behavior. These older women teaching these young women to hate themselves, that's one of the problems right there. Right there. I remember growing up, hearing my mom and grandma talk about terms like good hair and stuff like that. You know, it just like certain things have to stop, man. At one point, you just wanted to stop. It has to stop. It's getting old to me, but I don't know. I'm a lame nigga from Norfolk. I mean, what does my opinion matter, really? You know, it is what it is.
You know.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
My bad.
No, I'm just, and it's crazy. Like I said, that the sensible shit gets dismissed. Like you said, I view you as a stand-up guy. But I have had similar experiences. Being in certain classes, being kind of separated. I didn't really associate with him, and it was he thinks he's better, or he thinks he's this. You date one white chick, with her for a little while. You don't date black. You think things that really don't matter, things that are irrelevant, and they become, these narratives. They label you a certain way. But like I said, and kind of like you just said, that's what it is. It's like we do the damage to ourselves. It's time to turn the finger around. Like, there's no more space to blame white folks for anything. But it seems like now, in this wokey woke world we live in, that you got all these weird motherfuckers that's blaming white folks for more shit than ever. They changing history basically to make it say shit.
Yeah, they do.
That fucking was that 1619 project or Lincoln Project, whatever that shit is. Well, the whole reason that white men left England is because they wanted slaves. Like what? What?
If I'm correct, the United Kingdom. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, you go. You good.
Well, if I'm correct, the United Kingdom actually went out of their way to stop slavery in their empire, and including slavery that was fine in the cultures of the countries that they had colonized. Like, they went out of their way to end slavery. They ended slavery before fucking America did. So, I mean, but as for America, I mean, they fought a war to end slavery. Sure, that's not the only reason the war was fought, but that was a big fucking reason. 3/5 Amendment, all that shit. I mean, oh, God. It's amusing. Anything to not have personal responsibility. Matter of fact, and I think Miss Grace saw this video, and I'm glad Miss Grace is here. Miss Grace, hey, we done, girl. Ma'am, we done, bro. Basically, there are these two gentlemen in Chicago that own this store. Store is selling, selling urban apparel, nigga attire, let's keep it a buck. And they've been robbed so many times, insurance won't cover them anymore. Yeah. So they said, well, we should leave in Chicago. We said we do it to ourselves. It's sad, like, entrepreneurs get to that point, but they're lucky. They could have been in a Destiny Harrison situation. And in case y'all don't know who that is, that was a black entrepreneur who sold, quote unquote, black. Was a Baltimore woman, a young woman, entrepreneur, had a.
It's cutting out here for some reason.
Owning something.
I'm not sure what happened there, Mr. Dan. If you want to call back, I don't know. It kept kind of cutting out towards it, and I apologize for that. Not sure what just happened. All right, I apologize for that, Mr. Dan. I'm not sure what took place there.
Honcho, yeah, you there, brother?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I got you. Someone said you're trolling me. That's fine. I accept it. But I was mentioning Destiny Harrison. Now, she owned a black business. She got robbed by, of course, her own people. And then a few weeks later, she was murdered in her own store with her daughter there. To this day, her murder happened in 2019. They still haven't solved her murder. I checked like a week ago. Haven't solved it yet. Been damn near 3 years. This is what happens to black entrepreneurs. They get robbed or they get murdered. That's not the only story I've heard about that. What about that one young woman who killed 3 people over some hair weave?
Yeah,
That black girl, remember that shit?
yeah, yeah.
Like this, what is the affinity to black women in this artificial ass hair? I don't understand it. I remember when I was in the Navy, when I saw some of the black women do the natural hairstyle, I made it go around my way to commend them on that. Hey, I'm so glad you're doing that. I think you look great that way. I mean, I kept it professional. I ain't trying to hit on you now. Don't get me in trouble. But I was trying to re-encourage them.
Yeah.
But I'm the house nigga. I'm the coon. I'm the handkerchief head nigga. Okay, got you. I got you. Go ahead. Ooh, I'm gonna leave that alone. But anyway.
Yeah, but man, like you said, that's crazy because I've seen people, who have, been violated, those who have been called, or people talking about it, like these dudes, it's dudes, and I got a whole other conversation about that. I kind of explained that in the Discord, but we're not gonna go there today. But people are robbing these
All right.
hair weave places and all this stuff
Mhm.
because it's like
Mhm.
dope. It's gonna sell just like dope, and that's why they get it. That's why they. That's why they.
Yeah.
That's why they do it because they know if they go in there, they rob these places. It was a spot a couple of years ago, black woman owned, grand opening. Motherfuckers come in there and rob that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like you said about those guys in Chicago. And this is kind of tying into the video I did about black business the other day. Like
Mhm.
you are foolish if in America in this day and age you cater a business to black clientele, right? Especially if it's
Yeah.
some type of restaurant or entertainment
Mhm.
venue or whatever. Your shit's gonna get torn down. You're gonna lose money. Like the clothing, you try to bring nice clothing, motherfuckers rob your shit multiple times. Like you said, motherfuckers, and that's the excuse people. Well, they got insurance. Well, there's limits to insurance. You know what I mean? Like you got so many claims. You get like I think 3 and 3 years depending on what it is, and in certain situations. Because I've been reading up on insurance a lot, but yeah, and so these guys
Yeah.
are basically gonna move. They don't see like you see the despair in their faces, like but again, niggas don't care. That's why I say, like, miss me with all this Black Lives Matter, support black business, all this other shit. Like I said, if I see the little icon that say black owned next to it on the Yelp or the Google, or whatever, I'm not going. I'm not going. Like, don't. That's gonna make me more inclined. You know what? I don't think I'll find somewhere else to eat. I'm not gonna do it because
Uh-huh.
you can't go to these places and enjoy yourself. It's always some other shit. It was a spot I went to.
Yeah.
Like it was just a little food truck or whatever. But like I said, motherfuckers have no shame. Like the chick basically out there in her damn drawers. Like she was
Yeah.
way too big to be having on what she had on. But just
Of
waiting in
course.
line like everybody. But like I'm like, how do you not feel some level of shame? Like that's why I say shaming needs to come back. Shout out to Brother, you made a post the other day. Like shaming needs to come back.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
all this. Oh, you shouldn't judge. No, judge everybody and everything, and it's okay. And judge yourself especially too. You know what I'm saying? Like let's not leave ourselves out of this. Like you should be ashamed. There's things to be plenty of shit that you should be ashamed of, right? And shame is can
Mhm.
be good motivation in a way, but again, like I said, it's just people wearing anything, doing anything, and if you say anything, it's a fight. Like I talked about with the turkey leg hut thing. They try to have a dress code. Niggas got mad and started airing out the business owners' dirty laundry. Like, that's the kind of shit before having a dress code? For saying, hey, we want to improve the culture of our business. We want to be a family business. Well, I can understand the family business
Mm.
part. Some niggas looking for. Anyway, it's another
Yeah.
conversation. But it's crazy, man. Like, that yeah, again, but all the fingers always point at somebody else. But again, we're doing it to ourselves, and nobody
Yeah.
wants to really be honest about that. Like, because if you're honest about that, well, you can't, you can't be like the Umars of the world and finesse niggas. You know what I'm saying? If you're honest about that, you can't be the Derek Jacksons of the world and finesse bitches. Like, but this is what we want. We want the lies. Like, I think as a culture, or well, not as a group, but ain't no culture. As a group, obviously we want the lies because we just love that shit. Like anything that, like you said, removes accountability,
Mhm.
personal responsibility, like that's the shit
Yeah.
motherfuckers love. That's why this Jada situation is loved by so many black women because Jada takes no accountability in anything, and the only thing she speaks out and says is, "It's a time for healing." What? Shut up, bitch. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, a time for healing. Like, you wasn't healing when you was laughing after the motherfucker just got slapped. That shit was rah rah hee hee kiki shit. You know what I'm saying? But
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Now it's time for you. That's why I say all this shit, man. The symbolism shit, the symbolic shit, it's a bunch of fucking bullshit, and I don't have time for it. Like I say, they can keep the black card. They ain't got to try to mail me a renewal. I don't want it back. I'm not gonna. I'm good. Like at this point, I'm good, man. Like fuck
Yeah, man.
it.
I mean, well said, man. Well said. And another thing, so I see a lot of the rhetoric nowadays calling, white people, like cavemen, cave dwellers from the Caucasus Mountains, all that. To you, black women, if you look at white people, especially white women, that much down, like if you have this much disdain for these so-called cave people, all this other shit, then why are you wearing the crowns of these people? Why are you trying to emulate
Any
their
comment on the
natural
track
genetics?
and field
I
puncher?
don't understand that. I don't get it. And then some of this hair some y'all wear, pull your hairline back worse than mine is. Not to mention, I've heard of stories where people wore hair and like they didn't get all the damn people getting scalp diseases trying to wear some of this hair, like worms and shit in some other countries. This is not good. This is excuse me. This is bad. But this is a culture beyond reproach. This is the problem. This culture has been a long time beyond reproach. No one can be corrected. No one can tell you anything. You try to tell these young black men to pull up their pants and try to act with some level of class. That's a fight. That's what you tell these young black women to stop getting pregnant every 20 minutes. Now you shaming, you bash, and all this other shit. Okay. So just let the population just drop another degree in terms of self-respect and I have a niece and two nephews. I'm scared for them. I really am. I just hope that their parents are raising them right. Because I'm at a point now where, like, I'm falling back from my family. I have to be concerned about myself. I've done more than enough. I think I've honored my family in terms of my dead parents. I just got to focus on myself right now. So
It's day in the man season. You just look, focus on getting your
that's what
man
I'm
so you
trying to get
deserve it.
to. No, I appreciate that, sir. I appreciate that. And someone mentioned the video of the guy who was running and punched the other guy. You know what? And I didn't want to admit this for the longest time, but there is such thing as an ethnic image.
Yeah.
There's the track meet, and it seems like the white kid was dusting the black kid. Black kid went from behind and sucker punched him in the middle of a meet, like literally running while they're running.
Yeah.
Astounding. This is dysfunctional behavior. This is
I,
absolutely dysfunctional.
I'm willing
No
to
one's supposed to
say,
act like that.
I guarantee that child is the product of a single mother.
Yeah.
Like no man would one, if your son behaves like that, you need to pull him out of any and every fucking thing and whoop his ass in front of everybody. No man with any respect for himself would allow his son to behave that way. And again, I talk about these young motherfuckers are so goddamn emotional. We live in a fucking highlight reel world where they can't take any kind of fucking L. And what happens to what is a baby or an infant or a toddler do when they can't get their way? They get mad and want to start swinging and having a tantrum and shit. And this is what these motherfuckers are doing. They're having fucking tantrums. And again, these are
Yeah.
motherfuckers who let them have their way and do whatever and think that, oh, well, because I got left with him, and he's special to me, and he's this world ace. The motherfucker probably dress him up like the goddamn daddy since he was 4, could walk or whatever, and let him get away. And then this motherfucker feels like he can behave that way. I haven't seen it. If I had seen it, that sounds like somebody definitely would tell him. I hope he got, one, removed from any and everything. And two, I hope somebody whooped his motherfucking ass. Like, that's the most bitch ass shit I ever fucking heard of, though. Like, get the
It's
fuck out of here.
insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So from my understanding, someone gave me a correction. Apparently, he just ran up. He wasn't even in the race. So I don't know why he did that. This is even more confusing. But I mean, it's and the ethnic image thing. It's just all black men can do is fight or fuck. That's it. That's it. And I didn't want to admit that. I hate that we have that image, but unfortunately, people like that give us that image, and it's just sad. Sad. I'll tell you one thing. I wish Will had tried to slap The Rock like that. That'd have been amusing.
Oh man,
He hit his ass with a rock. What was that combo? The rock bottom to
yeah,
the people's
rock bottom
elbow.
people. Boy, can
Gets
you
thrown off
imagine?
the tux and shit.
And then running down a little runway. Fucking yeah, slide. That'd be hilarious. That'd be the greatest shit
It's
I've
a
ever seen in my
smell.
life.
Fucking phenomenal.
Yeah,
And so that's mainly it. My thoughts on black women's hair. I like black women to start loving themselves more, but that's not my problem. I'm not dating a black woman. I'm not dating any woman. Right now, I'm focusing on myself. And and of course they blame Trump. Like, look, this man's been in office a year and some change, bro. When does this stop? It's not gonna stop. The guy's been their boogeyman for 4 years. Now the dude they got in office, he ain't looking so hot, and the polls and damn near everything is looking bad for this dude. And face down ass up Harris. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Um, and I'm not shaming women. I'm shaming Harris by saying that. In case someone says like, "Oh, he's bashing women." Oh, what's wrong with this dude? Oh, he don't love his mother. Nigga, you gay. You love white women. And the usual comments I get from that, and that's fine. Look, if you look into her history, you already know what it is, bro. Where Mary, Michelle, look, we got to have a couples meeting. We got to get with was it a preacher, couples marriage counseling? We got to work
yes.
some stuff out, honey. I'm sorry. So I apologize. Yes. It's just crazy, bro. It's just crazy right now, man. It's crazy. But yeah, Tony Rock wants that smoke. But maybe he's just wolfing. I don't know.
I would
But it's
definitely
just
be mad about my
amazing to.
brother.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I would definitely be mad about my brother. I didn't realize Chris Rock was 57 either. That's crazy. He's not too far from senior
These niggas are
citizenship.
damn near senior citizens.
Yeah. That's crazy, man.
God damn.
That's crazy. But you know that Trump thing is crazy, and I seen something.
Yeah.
I seen an Asian woman come to the defense of the good POC black people. That slap
Okay.
that Will Smith, that was 400 years of suppressing black people in America. That's what culminated into the slap. Like motherfuckers act like, look, let's be honest. He slapped him. But well, that's how you know Will ain't got no pimp in him, dog. That was not a certified pimp slap. You know what I'm saying? Like one,
Right.
a real
Yeah.
pimp ass nigga, he would have hit with all five. What did the five fingers say to the face? Slap. That was only a 4-finger slap, so it was not certifiable by the slap committee of America. It's not even official. It wouldn't even go on the record, but it's only 4 fingers, so that's like a disqualification. But
Oh God.
it's like, come on, man. We're in a crazy ass situation. Niggas just going around slapping motherfuckers and just doing some anything. But yeah,
Mhm.
I don't know, man. It's crazy. But the Trump thing, that people are really blaming this shit on, because there are people still mad about Trump. That was 2 years ago, bro. Like Marston
Yeah.
sped through. You know what I'm saying?
Sherman Klump
Uh,
got heckled and
Mhm.
took it like a G.
Sherman Clump got heckled. That was Dave Chappelle. What were we gonna do? Heidi. I mean, Dave Chappelle would definitely do you understand? Like the special would have been out already. Like if that had been Dave in a situation like the whole special would have been out, and then fucking we'd be talking about the Netflix review, and the the trannies would be mad. But anyway,
Yeah. Mm. It's astounding. And this is one of the things. So like I said, I've set up my piece on black women's hair. I just hope that they have more self love. But that's not gonna happen. Where people waiting that for decades, not gonna happen. The whole Will Jada thing. I want you men to understand this, and this is men of all colors. Some of these women are so toxic, they'll have you jumping on landmines, putting your cape and jumping out of goddamn off of skyscrapers, sacrificing your career to make them feel better about themselves for some light shit, for a PG joke that a lot of people didn't get because a lot of people, that was kind of a dated joke with G.I. Jane. This shit was like in the 90s. It was kind of dated. So he wasn't that serious. Will could have killed that dude with words. He could have went up on that stage, because I guess everyone assumed he went out after what he did, and say, he could have mentioned it first off, hey, look, I love my family. I have to send my wife right now. She has conditions going through. I don't appreciate that, Chris. I'll talk to you later. Or he could have waited till the after party and then slapped them then. Or how about just not putting hands on people? Instead, you sacrifice everything you done worked 30 plus years for to defend a woman who couldn't even respect you enough to. I just don't get it. Yeah, but you caping ass simps keep jumping on these landmines, and I'm gonna keep laughing. And shout out to Chris Rock, man. He handled that very well, very well. I mean, not national TV, international TV. There's Japanese translations of what Will said.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
That's the crazy. That's where I saw the real one first, where he actually said, where he was
Yeah.
actually cussing and shit, was the Japanese version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yep, that's the one I saw too.
Yeah,
Insane.
and yes, Heidi, G.I. Jane, who was it? Look, I'll be telling you, I don't be knowing the actors.
Demi Moore.
Demi Moore. I called it Sandra Bullock. I called it like 5 other actresses before I ever got remember it was Demi Moore. Somebody said it was Demi Moore. But like, yeah, that was the thing about it. Like, one, in this day and age, wouldn't G.I. Jane be a good thing? A woman in a heavily man's arena overcoming and succeeding. I never saw the movie, so I don't know if she even succeeded. She might have got like kicked out of basic training, but I'm just assuming she did because they made a movie about it. But overcoming and succeeding in a man's world, you know what I mean? And yeah, like apparently G.I. Jane was fit and in shape and just she was just bald headed. That was just what it is. She did what it take to survive in a man's world. Like that should be complimentary these days, but somehow it was an insult because Jada has the thing that everybody else in America has when they get older and you lose hair. Alopecia, that really blew my mind when I saw that. Like alopecia is just a basic medical term for any type of fucking baldness, any type of hair loss is alopecia. Like, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be on your head. So that's the crazy thing about it. So, you know, for them to say, oh, you know, like, I need some specifics. You can't give me the specific alopecia, then I don't want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Because she's been wearing short styles her whole life. That's so like, who is surprised? Like, so if you saw her bald headed, you wouldn't think, oh, something's wrong with Jada. You just, oh, okay, she's doing that now. Like, so I don't fault Chris Rock for that shit. Yeah.
Okay, Will. Hey, good luck, bro. Good luck, bro. You go just stop caping, bro. Just put the cape down, bro. I understand that's your family, but like with most other women in that position, I can understand a man getting angry. But like you don't put your hands on people in that situation. In a lot of situations, you put your hands on people because you escalated the situation. Now it's physical. Of course, they're multimillionaires, but just the embarrassment of being on national TV. I think Jim Carrey said it best. If that had been me, there'd be a lawsuit the next morning on Will Smith's doorstep for $200 million because that video is not going anywhere. It's permanent. It's there forever. It's insane.
No, I'm saying.
Insane.
Like I'm still hoping Chris Rock kind of sues him. Like he had what he said to him. I'm like, I would just love it if you just hear that Chris Rock comes out with a fucking lawsuit and takes Jada's half of everything that she's gonna get whenever they get divorced eventually here soon. Anyway, she just I don't know what she's waiting on. I mean, eventually it's gonna happen. She's gonna cut ties. Oh well, I'm not happy.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, that's the number one excuse that women use. Oh, I'm not happy. She already told you she wasn't happy, so she went hopping on some young dick. Like shit. So what the fuck? Like she already gonna tell you, you know, treat me right. Or
I just hope he's doing the same. I mean, he's been with a lot of hot co-stars in the past. I hope Will getting this shit in too. At this point, I don't even be staying in the house right now. Look, you know, it's just embarrassing, bro. And y'all defending this shit. Look, you want your husband or boyfriend to, and some small situation to go out of his way to defend your honor. He will end up locked up, or he might end up getting killed. So if you want that, okay, good luck. Have fun.
It's generally the least honorable motherfuckers, man. It's generally the least honorable, the black honorable motherfuckers, because well, a man going out and behaving like that makes them feel that way. That's why you always see these ghetto hood rats who go out and do some dumb shit, then get called out on it, and they want to call Pookie, Ray Ray, and Lil JoJo, you know, to come shoot up the bus because, you know, they was acting a fool and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And now them niggas go to jail, and where she at? At home, doing whatever the fuck she doing. And then again, like, it ain't even just got to be the woman that y'all dating. Some of this is some of y'all's relatives. Some of this is, you know, sisters, cousins, aunties, mama. Like again, you know, it's unfortunate, and that's the thing. A lot of people don't like to do. A lot of people got some issues within the family, but because it's family, look, you can't help that. That is what it is. You got to fuck their family. You got to fuck their family. You got to call that shit out and acknowledge it before you get in a situation where you get hurt. Otherwise, you end up like them little kids in fucking St. Louis. Because that mother knew that their family wasn't A1, wasn't going to be watching them kids no fucking 2 in the morning. You knew what was going to be going down.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so it's like all family ain't great. You know, like these motherfuckers you see committing these crimes, doing these behaviors, doing all this, they're related to somebody. You know what I'm saying? They got family too. So, yeah, it is what it is. Though.
Yeah, man.
Yep. How about Mad Cawthorn saying DC is coke and orgies?
Sounds like a fun time. Of course, Hollywood, Washington's full of that. Washington, Hollywood. all these places.
Oh, you talking about the
It's
little
just
dude
degenerate central.
from South Carolina? That's the one, I think, that was
Yeah,
talking about the young dude.
yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. What
Oh,
did they say that Clinton said that House of Cards is pretty accurate? What was the saying? He said
yeah,
that Clinton said House of Cards was 99% accurate. The only thing that wasn't true is that you couldn't get an education bill pushed through that fast.
basically,
That's
yeah.
basically what he said. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy. That should make you very sad.
So if all that's true, then I guess he is a rapist. I remember there was people at some of his conferences were screaming, "Bill Clinton is a rapist."
Let's be honest though, right? If you're gonna do the orgy thing, like Washington orgy, like everybody, that bitch is like 100 years old. Like this is how you gonna go out, like. That's
Yeah,
that's terrible. Orgies in there with fucking Pelosi and Maxine Waters and shit. That's disgusting. Yeah, imagine some just disgust. Like 'cause everybody in Washington is really nasty and old. Like they're fucking
yeah,
perverts and weirdos, and that's disgusting.
yep.
I'd leave too. Like you know what? Something came up. You gotta do that. Get your partner to call you at a certain time. Act like it's an emergency. One of them type of situations. Yeah, it's terrible.
I could see Maxine Waters snorting whole cakes up with them big ass nostrils. People looking, bitch, fuck her. Yeah, yeah, I said that, fuck her. Tell her Kramer I said that. I have no respect for politicians who violate the oath they took to represent their own people. If you look at her district, it's one of the most shitty run districts. It's
Mm-hmm.
insane. The schools are fucked. The homeless issue. This mental midget told homeless people when they were getting at her neck for some of her bad policies,
Mm-hmm.
y'all, everybody go home. You're homeless, bitch. You don't have a home.
So
Damn.
crazy. But
The fuck, bro. I know you
shitty
old.
communities have the best coat. So I mean, hey, if they want to keep those orgies
Yeah.
fueled, you got to keep some of these communities shitty. Where else they going to get it from?
I don't know. I'd rather them do cocaine than adrenochrome. Oh, ooh, I done said something. Oops, sorry. Ooh, I went there. Yeah.
Oh,
On that note, man, that's all I got, bro. Yeah, I said it.
that's a bit. That's a bit. Shout out to Dan the man.
Oh man. Like I said, I used to say, like, I hope black people do better, but I don't expect them to do better. And in terms of Will and Jada, I mean, the internet in 1 week has memed the fuck out of this situation. I know Ms. Gross was mentioning let's put all the things that Chris could have said to Will after the slap, bro. The internet done killed it. Like I didn't know where to start because I didn't seen them all, so there ain't no point to doing that.
actually,
Insane,
I
bro.
got one more question for you, Mr. Dan.
Yes, sir.
How do you feel about people, individuals who once proclaimed it wasn't, now starting to acknowledge that a certain leader of the free world son's electronic device is verified and official?
Welcome to the club. I knew this shit a year and a half ago. Actually, it's a funny story, actually. And this actually is one other thing. Now, I know we all have different views and opinions, but don't let that get in the way of people you care about and who you love. So this is November 2020. I was at Thanksgiving with my dad, his fiance, her kids, who I've known for a while. I'm thinking one of his friends from school and one of her friends from work. And my dad was a lifelong Democrat, old school black folks. And we mentioned the laptop and the election. And now I was already a conservative at that point. I didn't really talk to my family much about politics, but the subject came up, and my dad was, staunch, like, yeah, Biden's gonna win, so and so. And then I mentioned, well, I mean, what about that laptop, though? This is a serious violation of issues. This man possibly has ties to hostile nations, one way or the other, and he's a liability, like a serious liability in terms of that. And my dad was like, what you saying? He's like, what? And we almost get in an argument with it, but me and him said, like, oh no, it's fine, just leave it alone, just leave it alone. And I remember he announced that he was getting married to his fiance, and he asked for my blessing. And I told my dad, I was like, Dad, you don't need my blessing, man. Just know that I love you, and I hope the best for both of you. So we left the politics alone and just enjoyed our dinner. And I talked to him, and I walked out the door, and that was the last time I saw my dad alive. Because next month he got sick from COVID, and he died in January. So I was right about the laptop, but he was right about Trump not getting reelected. So we're both right, one or the other. Um, but just don't let politics and shit like that, and religion, don't let that stuff get in the way of people you care about. Like straight up. I'm glad we didn't have some big knockout, drag out fight. Like some of these people on Twitter are bitching about, I'm not gonna talk to my family again because of they voted for this person, this. Like, bro, man, that's up to you, man. But one day you might get a call that you will never see them again. And I'd rather be in a position where I know that the last time I saw this person, it was a positive light, instead of having some deep-seated anger with this person, which never got resolved. That can emotionally destroy a person. Knowing somebody you love is gone, and the last words you have are over some stupid and some bitter, petty, vindictive shit. I don't like to live like that. So just, I would just ask you all to just think about that before you argue with family and friends about stuff that at the end of the day, maybe it don't matter that much, or maybe now that just try to leave conversations on a positive note. But again, with that shit, well then fuck everybody. You can live like that too. That's real savage shit, and I respect that. I respect you gangsters if you do that. It is what it is. And that's all I got.
Man, well, Mr. Dan the man, as always, I don't need to say it, but I'm going to say it. Another great conversation, and definitely appreciate you sharing your thoughts and views with us.
Hey, man, thank you for listening. Yes. Shout out to Dan. Shout out to you on the chat, man. That's all I got, man. And shout out to Will Smith, man. Good luck, bro. He should just go like, he's a multimillionaire. He should just like go somewhere with Margot Robbie, because I know he was sleeping with her. I'm pretty sure he was. And just go somewhere with her. Just go divest. They know what they're calling it now, going outside the race. Just go divest with a white woman. Go ahead. Go ahead. Because it seemed like, fighting for this black woman's honor done got him in a lot of trouble. So maybe you should go fuck a white broad. I mean, I don't know. I don't care. I say go where you wanted to go, where you're respected. And it's obvious he's not being respected in his goddamn home. It's obvious. But he might be, and Kevin Samuel said it like this, and Illusion got a point there. He's lost without her. He is a willing co-conspirator in his own self-destruction. And that's a good point. Or maybe he's just a cuck. There's that too. So that's all I got. Miss Grace, I love you. Shout out to Shara, Illusion, Voodoo. Shout out to all y'all, man. Y'all have a good night, bro.
Yeah,
Michelle, my baby mama. Shout out to my baby mama, Michelle. Yes, okay. That's all I got. All right, man.
Shout out to Mr. Dan. It's about that time, you too, but I want to touch on a couple of things before we wrap it up. And Dan's a good guy. Dan's a real good dude. I love chopping up with Dan. Dan allows me to have faith, the little bit of faith that I have left in society, and I don't want to say niggas, black folks, some of us, just it all lies in Dan. Dan is like the last airbenders. I don't even know what the last airbender is about. I'm just saying something like it all lies in Dan, because Dan is a stand-up dude. Dan is a good dude. Just it lets you know that the good guys are still out there. Now, society doesn't appreciate the good guys as much as they should, but it keeps me sane to know that there's still some good folks left. I may not be one of them. I'm trying my best to be, but and it gives you something to aspire towards, man. So shout out to Dan, man. But Heidi said something earlier about Russell Brand. I've never listened to Russell Brand, but I saw a thing they were talking about. It's funny how like guys like Joe Rogan and Russell Brand, I think there's some other comedian, are like now considered more viable sources than like the news. And it's weird, because that's why I say comedy is sacred. And that's why I say this whole you can't joke about black women's hair thing frustrated me, because you can joke about anything. It doesn't matter. Is it always in good taste? No, but that's what makes it either funny or the joke will bomb. Like you live and die on that. But it's weird that that's where we are now, right? That the comedians are more reliable than the fucking news. That's a wild deal. Um, let me see. It was something else. There's another point I was going to make, and I forgot it. So it is what it is. Definitely not Hollywood. The fucking Washington orgies. Hollywood orgies, I'm sure, have to be better than the Washington orgies. At least, like, I don't know. I don't know, bro. Like, I would say at least the people look better. But then you got some of them whole, like, weird old Hollywood perverts probably there trying to finagle all the young ladies. You don't want to be Eskimo brothers with that guy. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. And then, you say they like chicken exactly. Um, it's it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Let me see. I'm like I said, I've never watched those, man, but I want to say I watched one of the stand-ups once, but I don't know. Well, like I said, anyway, I forgot the other point I was gonna make. And the term that, oh yeah, that's what it is. When Dan talked about good hair, that's that's a term made up by niggas, black folks. White people didn't make up good hair, right? That's a term made up entirely by black people. Again, like, and I'm pretty sure there's a few other things that go along with that, but good hair is definitely some nigga shit. Aside from that, anybody will catch a tiger by his toe. I think that's all I got. I mean, if y'all want to jump into not if, I mean, I'm gonna be in the Discord after this. I gotta finish attempt to finish the rest of this Tito's. So we can get in the Discord, talk a little crazy if y'all want to chop it up. I'll probably be halfway on the Xbox too, playing a little something, whatever I want to fucking play. But I definitely appreciate y'all first and foremost, right? I thank you all, um, each and every one of you, wonderful people. As you see, I'm going to get things back on. Start dropping a lot more short content. I got a little mad after that last video got deleted with the thing about St. Louis. So I'm not gonna lie, that kind of made me a little miffed. So, like I said, I'm gonna be venturing out to some other platforms. Make sure I'm uploading, everywhere. Um, Make sure you follow all the proper social medias. Den Show Live on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or you can follow Ed Honcho HTX on Instagram and Twitter. It's like Ed Honcho on Facebook or something. Um, Look at that, man. We're gonna call it a wrap. Let me see. I feel like it was something. Somebody. Let me see if there was a thing. There was a thing somebody mentioned, and I'm trying to see if maybe it was fine because I know it's something. I'm going to be like, God damn it, that's what I meant to talk about. Adrenochrome. Oh. I want y'all to think about something. There was a tweet I saw earlier, and after this, I'm gonna slide into the Discord. So make sure you're there. I'm gonna put the Discord link in here for anybody who may need it, if just in case you don't got it. Did Ashley leave her channel in here? I'll definitely want to check out Ashley's channel. Me and Ashley going to collaborate on OnlyFans. Nah, but did anybody get to see leave her channel? I'll definitely check it out. It would be very interesting. I wish YouTube had raids like Twitch, right? We just go raid other people's channel while they're streaming. Just go over. Just go. It's like a raid's like a kick door. You just kick door somebody's shit. What the fuck is going on over here? That would be dope. Maxine with Chuck Sugar. That's nasty. Um, but here's the thought I'm gonna leave y'all with, right? And again, if you're a fair thinking person, cool. If you're biased on one way or the other, cool. But remember, the tweet was something like this. It was something along the lines of Trump tweeted out Covfefe, and people went nuts, like he was crazy or something. Joe Biden hasn't completed a sentence since 2014, and they're out here having him negotiate something with the free world. It was something like that. But like, it's super crazy, right? How the same people when that Covfefe came out, he's losing money, like went on for months about Covfefe. It was probably like a fucking pocket dial coffee or some shit, right? And this guy Biden has been, I mean, every day, every speech, every time. But who's worse than Biden? When I said I was trying to start avoiding the politics, but I think the last 3 or 4 times I've seen this woman speak in public, it makes me fearful. Like no joke, fearful of what happens. Like, I need Joe to stay alive through this term. Kamala Harris is the worst public speaker, or let me see, is the worst speaker I've ever seen of a politician at that high of a level. Like, George Bush had his little kerfluffles, you know what I'm saying? And Biden has his stuff. She's terrible, but she's like consistently terrible. She has this way of repeating and talking in circles that makes absolutely no sense, and just saying the same shit over and over. She was talking with the president of I forgot where, and they're asking her about gas prices and inflation in America. She's like, "Well, you want to take that or me?" Like, what? What's wrong with you? You know what I mean? And something she was saying about the passage of time, and the passage of time is understandable when you're passing time because the time passage, and just saying stuff like, I don't know, man. She's terrible. Like, really, 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 really bad. Shout out to Sarah Lou said Jade looks like a little boy. Let me see. Okay, with that. Yeah. And yes, Chris Rock, 57. It's craziness, right? But with that being said, I'm gonna fucks with y'all. We'll be back on Friday. I'm gonna try to make sure I drop more stuff during the week. If you see it, make sure you watch it early because apparently I say controversial things or I do controversial stuff and YouTube takes it away. That's it, man. I'm out. I'm gone. Discord. That's what I'm going to get Discord. So that would be nice if you don't got it, and if you do got it, cool beans. Again, go by little boy who didn't want a nap. Infinity's over there playing Elden Ring. Shame on him. There's always a limit. This, yeah. All right, cool. So, drop this in the chat for those who may not have it. Look, man, I appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. Hey, we live in a time of so much hate. We live in a time of so much anger and just craziness. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of love, man. There's nothing wrong with spreading a little bit of love. And I want you to know this sincerely, man. I love each and every one of y'all. I appreciate y'all. It is my honor, my privilege, my pleasure. I want you to take care of yourself. I want to see y'all all in the next den, whatever that may be. Most likely Friday. But like I said, I'm kind of on something, so we may kick it up a notch a couple of times. But I thank y'all for being here, man. I thank y'all for being a part of this community, and I thank you for allowing me into your lives. Have built so many personal relationships with some of you. Just like I said, I thank you for welcoming me into your life. But with that being said, Discord. Meet me there, don't beat me there. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good night.